What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be breaking down my full indoor season. I've been kind of slacking with the videos lately. I know I haven't been really keeping up with what's been going on with my meets and all that, but today I'm going to cover everything for this 2024 indoor season. So, first race back from winter break here. I'm running the 60 right here in the white, and then right here next to me on my left is a professional athlete, Jamaican sprinter, Andre Ewers. Now, if you guys been following me, you know how my training went over break. I did the whole Road to Sub 7 series. Sub 7 was my season goal. PR coming into this race was 7:22. That was my season opener from the meet prior at the flat track. So this one was the Rad College Invitational. And yeah, this is my first 60 back from winter break, so a full month in between my 7:22 performance and then this one. So I'll play the race right now and then I'll go over it.
And Ewers, Williams, Ballum, Thompson, Brown, and Bradley.
Yeah, so kind of got rolled, but that was expected for this one. So going into this race, I don't want to make it like an excuse. It's just something that happened that I just had to deal with. But like, I don't really sleep well before meets, and for this meet in particular, like I only got 4 hours of sleep, something like that. And I could have slept on the van. We take a van to the meets every time. It's like hour and a half, but the thing is like it's bumpy, it's hard to sleep on the van. I can't sleep sitting up. So it was just something I dealt with for this meet. And I did end up running away with a PR somehow. I ran 7:21, so I went from 7:22 to 7:21. So barely a PR, basically matched my PR, so it wasn't really like a bad day. It was just, obviously it looks bad because I ran next to someone who's a pro who like has a 9.9 PR in the 100, and yeah, basically a mismatch, but it was still fun to race him. So to go over the race, got out decent,
And Ewers, Williams.
and then right here is when I was like, damn, like we were right here, he was ahead of me, but it wasn't really like that much. And then like his acceleration was insane. Like he just completely gapped me in like half, like I don't even know. It was so weird. It's like he was right here and then just like at the speed of light. But here's another angle of the start of that race, just so you guys can see the comparison here. So yeah, it's got me by like a good stride and a half at the start, and then with the rest of the field, I'm like I feel like I'm fairly even. Maybe the guys on the far side might be a little ahead, but decently even with everyone else besides Andre here. But yeah, that was that meet. And then the next meet I ran my first indoor 200 ever. This is my first indoor season. Never ran the indoor 200, so it wasn't this race that's on screen. Like it wasn't this. I actually don't have a video of that race, and honestly, I'm not too upset because I ran really bad. So for that race, you know, first ever time indoor 200, first time running on a bank. I've never practiced on a bank, never did any run-throughs. By the time we got to the meet, they already closed off the track for like the events and stuff like that. So I was racing one of my teammates, my boy Sam Hummer, and I was lane 1, he was lane 2, and he smoked me. Basically, long story short, he smoked me. He ran like 23.1, and I think I ran like 23.81, like one of the slowest 200s I've ran in like years. But you know, first time on a bank, like, yeah, that's really bad, 23.8, but I knew it was a bad race. Like, what happened was, started off pretty decent, like, honestly, like, coming off the first bank, floating down the backstretch. It was when I entered into the second bank, I had, like, a stumble step. Like, I didn't, like, stumble, but it was, like, a misstep. I had to, like, catch myself a little bit, and from there it was over. Like, I was just like, dang, like, I'm out of this race now. I just saw the whole field run away from me, and yeah, that's how that went. So 23.81 was that time, and then this 200 that's on the screen right now is like a week later, like literally a week, Friday, and then the next Friday was this meet. So I'm in lane, I think I was in lane 3. We're using 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, I'm lane 3 right here in the white. And yeah, I'll play that race right now.
Sandra, Flagler, Caesar, Kaiser, Anastasio, Winthrop, and McFarlane of Flagler. On the inside is Ryan Sen. Here comes Luke Anastasio of Winthrop.
Yeah, so for this race, the game plan stayed the same. I was focusing on being powerful right here, not really rushing my drive phase, just picked up my head there, and then I'm just floating, maintaining speed. And then right about here, I'm like thinking about last week when I stumbled, and I'm like looking down at the track, and I'm like, all right, just prepare to run uphill. That was the biggest difference, is I actually had to like think about what my body was doing. Last time I just tried to sprint, but this time I was actually thinking about it because I didn't want to make the same mistake as last week. And I entered the curve, not bad, like pretty smooth. I just feel like I had to like slow down a little bit. But right here I start picking it back up because I'm behind. And then coming off the curve, I make up the stagger. I catch the guy in lane 4, and then I realize the guy in lane 5, he still has ground on me coming off the bank. So I'm like, alright, from here, I just focus on form and start catching him little by little, but he just barely got me there. I'll show us another angle of it. My old club, shout out Speed Academy, they were at this meet, so they filmed my 200 from a different angle, so this is a better angle for the finish. Alright, so right here, I catch, so this is me, I end up passing this guy, and then I see this guy, I could tell he's like still ahead of me here. So right here I'm just trying to focus on staying relaxed. It just wasn't enough, man. I feel like maybe if I entered the bank a little more smoothly, I maybe would have won this heat, but it is what it is. You can't win them all. But it was still a very great race, fun experience, down to the wire. My time for this race ended up being 23:36. So I went from 23:81 to 23:36 in a week. Still not like a fast time. Like, I really wanted to run 22 indoor, but that never happens. But the significance behind 23:36 is my last season outdoor previously, so 2023 outdoor senior year, my opener was 23:36. So to do that indoor now and have it being my outdoor opener, it's still showing improvement, because everyone knows like running indoor is harder than running outdoor. So still looking forward to what I can do in the 200, but my focus for this season was definitely the 60. It was just my strength coming in. And yeah, that was my last indoor 200, so I only ran two 200s, 23:81, 23:36. So now, in this same exact meet, I run the 60. So this is my first time running the 60, not on fresh legs, but I felt good. I felt warm. I felt ready to go. I felt very confident because going into this meet, I had a great week of practice. Like we do tests every here and there. We would do like 23-second drill, 10-meter flies, 40-meter dash test. And I think in this week we did the 23-second drill and the 40-meter dash test. And I hit pretty significant PRs in both. So I was feeling good. And then Friday, and then the other days like Thursday, Friday, I had good practices. So I was confident going into this race, to say the least. But let me play this one right now. So this is the 60. Alright, so this is me right here. Get out well, good start. And then kind of lose it in the second half of the race. I forget to lean at the line, but I ended up running a new PR, 7.16. So I went from 7:21 from the last time to 7.16. So that was a decent little drop right there. And then a 2-run PR streak for the season for the 60. And yeah, so with this start, it wasn't a bad start. Like I felt fast, I felt explosive, but I made like an error. So instead of just splitting my arms, I like brought my let me duck down. I brought my shoulders up and then split my arms. So I was like really tense in my neck and my shoulder, and it just felt super awkward. But I stick to the plan. I'm staying low, I'm being powerful, and then come up and then let my form carry me to the line. Not worry about how this guy just hit another gear on me, just focusing on myself. And yeah, running through the line, new PR, can't be too upset. Double PR this day, pretty good meet. And then the next meet, this is my last meet of the season. This is the Peach Belt Conference Championship, my first ever conference college meet, conference championship meet. And I qualified for the 60, but not the 200. You gotta either be top 2 on your team or top 16 in the conference, and I did both of those things. I was top 2 on my team and top 16 in the conference. I think I was ranked like 13th coming into the meet. So this is the prelim right here. Before I even show the video, let me just talk about this meet because it was a little interesting. So this meet was ran kind of poorly. We ended up showing up at like 8. I think 60 was the first event. We ran at 9. And my coach wanted me to go check in. Because you want to check in before you warm up. You don't want to have to like warm up and then check in. Stop warming up to check in and then continue warming up. It's just a hassle. So I go to check in. And it's like 8:15 because I took time like settling into the arena, using the bathroom, all that good stuff. And I go, and it's like 8:15ish or something, and I go to check in. And the lady is just like, give us more time, we're not ready. Like, and I'm like, whoa, what do you mean you're not ready? Like, we run in less than an hour. So I was just like, all right, whatever, like I'll check in later. And just the whole time warming up, it didn't feel like we were about to compete. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it felt like we were gonna run hours from then. Like, no, everyone was like doing their thing, like warming up, but no one was really like, they were like just starting to do like warm up laps and stuff like that. Like, no one was into their drills or like doing run throughs or anything like that yet. And it just didn't feel like it was competition time. And they also weren't doing calls. Or I don't recall hearing like first call, second call. I just remember after I do my drills, my dynamics, and all that, I walk over to the practice track area and put my spikes on to do some starts. And as I'm doing that, I hear on the intercom, I hear all 60-meter runners, women and men, to the track. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't remember hearing a first call, a second call. Like, I don't recall that. So I was confused because I was like, whoa, it's already time to race now? Like, you guys didn't say anything until right now? So I ended up going to the line with no practice starts, not a single acceleration, none of that. And this was the prelim. This was the result from it. Oh, wait. Also, I was second heat of the prelims. I forgot to mention this. I was second heat of the prelims. First heat goes, and I'm able to watch them because the person in my lane in the first heat, he wasn't there, so I set my blocks like beforehand, so I was already ready to go, and I was watching the race, and they looked fast. It was supposed to be a faster heat than the second heat. Obviously, they mix the heats because it's prelims, but in general, like, looking at the seed times, they were faster. But I'm watching, as they cross the line, I'm watching the board, the scoreboard, and I'm seeing the times pop up. It's like 6:9, 6:9, 7:1, and then it just drops. It's like 7:3, 7:4, 7:5, and I'm like, what? Like, most of these guys coming in, they had like 7:1 to 6:9 seed time, so I was like, huh, they didn't run as fast as they normally do, and I thought that was strange, but it gave me like a sense of confidence, like, okay, all I got to do is run close to my PR and I could make it to this final. So that was the goal, obviously make it to the final. So here's the prelim. I'm in lane 8.
First race.
And if I'm being completely honest, this execution-wise, this was like a really bad race. But I ended up running away with a 7.17, so 0.1 off my PR. So like very close to matching it while having a bad execution. Start just was okay. And I don't know, like, I just don't get my legs up at all. I was describing this to one of my teammates. I feel like I just kind of like panicked and I just booked it. Like, I didn't really worry about my form. Also, look at this early lean right here. I'm fully leaned like in front of the line. Like, I leaned early, way too early. But yeah, I brushed it off, made it to the final, and I was happy about it because it gave me a second chance. Now here's the final. I'm in lane 8 again, and for some reason, for this final, so at this meet they had like specific times where events would run, and our whole field was there like 10 minutes early or something. I think, for an example, say we were supposed to run at 1. I don't really remember specifically, but say we were supposed to run at 1. We were there at 12:50, and we were all ready to go, but this guy right here, he was like, we got to wait till 1. We got 10 minutes. So during that 10 minutes, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, shoot, like I don't want to do too much, but I don't want to do too little and get cold. So I did like a couple starts here and there, just kind of jumping in place, whatnot. But it was a very boring 10 minutes and also kind of nerve-wracking. Like, this is my first college final conference championship. Like this was my first time being in a position where like it kind of matters, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, what I do to like in this race matters. Like, before it was kind of like, all right, try to run as fast as you can, get a PR, see how you place. But this was like, who's going to get points for their team, who's going to bring in points for the conference championship. So this one, it was more at stake. And I don't want to say I was nervous, because I felt like I ran so poorly in the prelim, and I ran close to my PR. So I was like, okay, if I run well, I could definitely PR. That was my mindset, but nerves were kind of settling in a little bit, but that'll just come with experience under this type of stage. And yeah, so here's the race. I'm right here in lane 8. Boom, that was the race. Wait, go back. Alright, so that was the 60-meter final, and I ended up placing 7th place. 7th place at conference, and I ran 7.16, so I matched my PR. And what's interesting about this race is how I had a really bad start here, like really bad. Like that was probably my worst start of the year. Technique wise, it was fine. It just wasn't explosive. Here's another angle. Like I just look like I'm not trying almost, but I am. I just felt flat, I think. Like I don't know if it was nerves or if my body was just dead from the prelim. I don't really know. But it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. But yeah, that was my whole indoor season. My goal was to run sub 7. Didn't even come close. I ran 7:16, but it is what it is. I learned a lot from this season, and I'm just getting ready for outdoor now. And outdoor is right around the corner. March 15th is my first outdoor meet of the season. I'm running at UNF. And I'm running probably the 100, the 200, and the 4x1 relay, first leg of the relay. And yeah, I mean, if I'm going to take anything away from this season, it's just I was improving. It's not like I wasn't improving. It just wasn't in increments that Alright, sorry guys, the camera died. But basically what I was saying is indoor is behind me now. The focus is on outdoor. And for videos, I don't know if I want to either bring the camera with me and film at the meet like what I did with JDL, or if I want to do something similar style to this video, just reacting to the race, breaking it down, stuff like that. I think I'll just switch it up, depends on how I'm feeling that week. And yeah, that's all. That was my full indoor season breakdown. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And hope to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.